Can you tell me what 7 plus 8 is?
15.
How'd you get that? Because why?
I know the 8 rule.
What do you mean the 8 rule?
The 8 rule is when you take away 2 from there, and then you just make it a teen.
What'd you take away 2 from?
7.
You took away 2 from 7, and then what'd you do with the 2?
I put it where 9 and 10 are supposed to be.
Oh, so you took 2 off the 7, and you shoved it on the 8 to make 10? And then you said I have a 10 and a 5. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, ready? We're going to get a little harder. Is that cool? What about 32 plus 43?
$75.
How'd you get that?
It's just 3 plus, what was that? 4.
Yep.
And then you add those. And then you add the 2 and 3.
So what happened once you added the 3 and the 4? What'd you get?
70.
Oh, so you really added 30 and 40. And you said that's 70, and then you took the 2 and the 3 and made 5. And you made 75. So you don't mind breaking numbers up, do you? You can kind of move things around if you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ready? I'm going to be tricky with you. Deal?
Deal.
All right, cool. What's 27? Would it help if I show you so you can actually see it, so you can look at it? All right. What if I had you do 27 plus 84?
$101. Or,
How'd you get it?
well, I use the 7 rule by taking 3 away, and that's 1. And then I add 20 plus 80, and that's 100.
So you did the 20 plus the 80 is 100. And then you took 3 off the 4 and put it on the 7? What did that make?
100. Or
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, let's see. So you saw this as really 20 and 7, didn't you? Is that how you saw that? And you saw this as 80 and 4. Am I right? And then you said I put 20 and 80 together to make 100. Is that correct?
Mm.
Okay, cool. Love that. And what'd you do with the 7 and the 4?
I added them.
Yep.
And if you add them, that would be 11.
So what did you get overall?
111.
Yeah, you did. That's awesome. You did a good job. I love how you kept going, right? And you weren't sure at first either, where you're like, I think it's maybe 101, but I'm not positive. So you even knew, didn't you, that you had to check. That was really cool. I like how you did that. Okay. Can I share how I would have done this one? It's just a little bit different from yours. So what I might have done is I noticed you took 3 from the 4 and put it on the 7. Okay. I kind of like 4. It's kind of my friend. So I took 7. I took 6 of them and shoved it on the 4. And that would have made 10, right? And then I would still have the 1 more left over. So that would be my 11. And then I would do the same thing as you. Just a little bit different. Does that make sense? All right, cool. All right, ready? We're going to do something new. Can you tell me what 2 multiplied by 6 is?
12.
How'd you get that?
If you do 2, it's just adding 6.
What do you mean?
You add 2 6s, and then you have the answer.
So you're saying 2 multiplied by 6 means 2 6s added together. All right, that's cool. So you understand what multiplication is. So if I said something like 3 times 4, what does that mean? You don't even need to tell me the answer. It's okay. Just tell me what it means.
It means you would just add 3 fours.
3 fours. That's cool. What? Okay. All right. So let's get this. We're gonna record it so we can see what we're doing. So you said that 3 times 4. Do you use the dot or do you use the little cross?
Cross.
You use the little cross. Okay, I'll use the little cross like that. Except for not as sloppy because you're a better hand writer than I am. That's fair. Okay, so you said it's 3 fours, so it would be like 4 and 4 and 4. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then overall, what would that be?
12.
12. How'd you get 12?
4 plus 4 equals 8, and then 8 plus 4 equals 12.
That's awesome. Okay, so what if I did 4 times 3? What would that mean?
You would just do 4 threes.
Oh. And what do you want to do with those?
It would be, well, I would take 1 3, then add it, that would be 6, then add it, that would be 9, then add it, that would be 12.
That's cool. Can I show you how I would have done it? I love what you said here. And so what I would have done is I would have done exactly what you did. I would have said that's 6. But guess what that means that is?
6.
And then we can just do 6 plus 6, which is?
12.
Yeah. Do you like 6 plus 6 better, or do you like doing 3, 6, 9, 12? Which
3,
one?
6, 9, 12.
You like that one better? Okay. All right, so with both of these, we got 12, right? 12. 12. All right, ready? What if we did, let's see, 2 times 5, or 2 multiplied by 5? What does that mean?
10.
Why?
Because you would be counting by 5s 2 times.
Okay, so yeah, cool. Or it's just 2 5s?
Mm.
So you're saying that's 10. All right, what if I did 5 times 2?
That would be 10.
How'd you get that?
It's kind of just this, like, if you multiplied something, you can kind of just switch the numbers to be the same problem, and you could have the same answer.
So you're actually recognizing that 2 times 5, or 2 multiplied by 5, and 5 multiplied by 2 are actually the same. So I could do 2 5s, or I could have done 5 2s. And you're like, I'd rather do this one. That was a smart choice. I would have made that choice too. That's a good job. All right, are you ready? We're going to do a couple more. Let's wipe this clean. All right. What's 2 multiplied by 6?
12.
All right, that's 12. How'd you get it?
Because it's just 2 6s.
All right. So then what happens if we went... Yeah, let's do that one. You ready for a big one? This is going to be fun. 8 times 6. You can talk it out as you're doing it. I would love to hear what you're thinking. It's awesome.
6, 12, 18, then 20. Twenty. 24, then 24 and 30 and 36, then so
You're doing great.
then 40. Wait, so
You were at 36.
36. And then that means 42. And then 38.
You were at 42. So did you mean like... So if you were at 42 and you went up one more 6, where would you be? Not at 38, right? I think you said 38. I think you misspoke. That's okay though. So if you were at 42 and you went up one more 6, what number would you have?
48.
Yeah, you just said 38 because it gets so confusing when we do so much, isn't it? All right, cool. You ready? Could you tell me what 2 times 6 meant? Let's go back to that one for a second.
12.
Why did it mean 12?
Because if you multiply something by 2, you just add it. You just do it. It's kind of like 6 plus 6.
All right, cool. So you're saying that just reads 6 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what do you think 8 multiplied by 6 means?
8 plus, no. I don't know.
Oh, what did 2 multiplied by 6 mean?
2. So it mean 8 sixes.
Oh, I can write that out. That's a lot of 6s. That's what you were doing in your head, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot to do in your head, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Did I write enough? No, I didn't, did I? I'll put one more over here. Is that okay? All right. Cool. So when you did this one over here, you said we could do 2 times 6, or 2 multiplied by 6, and that's 6 plus 6, and it made 12, right? And you came over here and you said this really means 8 sixes. Okay. You want to see what I saw?
What?
I'm just going to use your work because you did so much work for me that I can just make it easier. What's that?
12.
What's that?
12.
What's that?
12.
What's that?
12.
Oh,
So it's just 12 plus 12 plus 12
plus 12.
plus 12.
Which one do you want to do? 6 plus 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 6? Or 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12?
12 plus 12. 12.
Can you do that one for me really fast? How would you do that?
12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's how you said. How would you actually add those up?
2. And then I would add all the 2's up, and that's 6.
That was so cool. I thought you were going to go 12 plus 12 is 24, and then plus 12 is 36. But you did it faster than that. You're just like, psh, 10s, 2s, right? I like that. It was a good move. So really, when you had 8 sixes, instead of seeing it as 8 sixes, you said 2 6s, and then I just have 4 of those. Does that make sense? See how we did that? Because we said like 8 is really like 2, 4 of those. Does that make sense? All right, cool. You want to try that strategy? Let's see if that sticks. Cool? All right, let's clear this one out. What if we did, let's see, what should we do? Yeah, you want to do that one? That's a good one.
4, it's just 4 times 3.
Yep.
And that's 9.
How'd you get that?
Because it's
You can always tell me what it means. Helping tell me what it means helps a lot. What does 3 times 4 multiplied by 4 mean?
it means like it means like 4 plus 4 plus 4.
That's cool. You knew that the whole time. You were just trying to find a fancy way to say it, weren't you?
Kind of.
Yeah, that's fair. We don't need to say anything fancy. All right, so what is that?
3/4.
Yeah, how much would that make?
9. Or, wait. 12.
Awesome. All right, you ready? So what if we did, what color do you like?
Blue.
You like blue? All right, we'll use blue. So what if I wanted to do 6 multiplied by 4?
4 sixes. Which is 2 12s. Which is 22 4.
That was so fast. Did you realize that? Think about how much faster you did that one than the other one. So you said this is 4 6s. So you're like, I don't want to do 6 4s. I'm going to do 4 6s. And you're like, I know what 2 6s make, so let's just do that twice. That was way quicker, wasn't it? Yeah? Do you like that strategy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So another way I could have done this one, can I show you how I might have done it too? But I love yours. Yours was cool. You said it's 4 6s. What if I did it, I'm going to do it a slower way. What if I said it was 6 4s? And the cool thing is you already did that problem for me, didn't you? And that means you did that problem for me too, didn't you? Because I really can see the 6 4s instead of, I can see it as 3 4s and 3 4s. So I can see it as 12 and 12. Just like you saw 4 6s as 2 6s and 2 6s. So 12 plus 12. You see how it's kind of the same thing? That's kind of cool. So we can kind of break it up like that, can't we? Do you think it's time that we find that cookie heart? I think so too. Yes, I kept one for you. There you go.
Don't
It's
tell
leftover.
Dean.
Or, well, yeah, I would send you home with chocolate for Dean, but
I hope he's jealous.
I would appreciate it.
He didn't do any work. He hasn't
Ooh,
did that.
good call. He's got to do work to get that.
All right, Marto, do you want to go back in my room and me and Mr. Painter will talk for a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, where do I go?
All right, boss.
So, first time working with Marlena, and I really wanted to see, I've never actually worked with her before. So, I started with addition. Not only is it kind of a confidence builder, but I wanted to see if she understood that she can decompose numbers and then kind of rearrange however she wants. And the rationale for that is ultimately the multiplication strategy, a lot of kids build it off of addition, which is natural and that's awesome. We don't need to just drill facts. Those facts kind of come through use and kind of learning. But in order to do that, they've got to have addition strategies really nicely and they've got to be able to decompose numbers. So she showed a really nice ability to decompose numbers and I knew we were comfortable then moving forward. And I didn't need to encourage her to be able to see how she can break numbers and rearrange. Started with a couple simpler multiplication problems. Ultimately, I wanted to see that she understood what the idea of multiplication meant. And you could definitely see that she did that. She could say that 2 6s, was really 2 multiplied by 6. And then for a little while, we kind of hung out at the, you can see I gave her 3 times multiplied by 4, and then 4 multiplied by 3, I think it was. I wanted to see if she understood the idea that like I could see it as 3 4s or 4 3s, because that can really make things convenient. And on the first one, she didn't. But on the second one, she made that, it clicked right away, and she understood that, which was really cool. So she even had that strategy. So just kind of assessing what strategies she had. And then I went bigger with her, and we did the, 8 multiplied by, was it 8 multiplied by 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. And ultimately what I wanted to see there is what is her multiplication strategy on bigger things. And you could see her multiplication strategy is repeated addition. So she wanted to do 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and she was adding those all up. And as soon as I saw that, I realized we could kind of push. And that idea of like, once I can see it as, sure, 8 6s, but I can start to find repetitive groups in there so that I can do that multiplication quickly. She has certain multiplication facts almost down, and that's going to come through use. But you're not going to be able to build some of the bigger facts unless you can get them quick, which means that you're using some of those strategies. And then so we kind of did it back at the end, 3 times 4, and then I built to another one, 6 multiplied by 4, and I expected her to do 3 times 4 and then 3 times 4, and she actually just went, no, I'm going to flip it and go back to the 6s from earlier, which was awesome because she still used that strategy. She said, all right, there's 2 6s and 2 more 6s, so 12 and 12. And so that's where I would really kind of continue to push. She does such a nice job of explaining her thinking that I think the only thing you need to do is let her be successful, which is why I hung with her when she was doing 8 times 6. Let her do it her way, find an answer, and then push some of those other strategies in just so she can start to see it in other ways. Like the last one she did, her way was probably just as efficient, if not more so than mine, but I want her to see that we can see it in multiple ways too, which is why I pushed the 6 4s instead of the 4 6s. But so she's got multiplication for sure. It's just a matter of now, can we stop doing repeated addition and start to find clever groups so we don't have to do so much. And that would be one strategy. There would be definitely others that we could start to push as well.
You got to run to class.
Nah, soon.
What would you do next if you sat down with her again and stay awake?
I definitely wouldn't go back and kind of assess where she's at. I'd probably start with some of the multiplication problems we were ending with. Or I might even go to some visuals. So just picture multiplication. Like, you got a whole bunch of waffle pretzels asking how many holes you see. You could do it either way. But if we just went numerical and just kind of thinking it out loud, I'd continue to see and check in if she had this strategy. And then I might just start to push some other strategies. Like if we're doing 4 6s, I could see it as 4 5s and 4 1s because I could decompose the 6 instead of seeing multiple groups. So we're just kind of pushing in other ways to think about it so that she has additional strategies and can kind of choose from those. But I would really want to make sure that she's got the one that she just learned because we really kind of pushed in one strategy of find repeated groups. I want to make sure that she has that one before we start to introduce any others.
Sweet. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem.